This is the Tactical Muffin Top mini story time. Well, if you are on the Discord, I had a little, I don't know what it was, but it was a gray owl, gray horned owl, something like that. I don't know. I had a baby owl try to get my chickens last night, and it must have been before they went in the coop. I got the coop door set to go in or close at like 10, something like that. But um, there's a guy practicing a bug out walking on the roof. Look at that. Um, so I have that hawk netting, bird netting on top, as you guys know, that mesh net, and he got tangled up in that, and I got him when I had an overgrown cucumber. I fed that to the chicks this morning, the girls, whatever. They're not chicks anymore, but and I seen him flapping after I threw the cucumber in there, and I was like, oh dang, I didn't even notice him the first time, when I was feeding the chicks and checking their water and their feed this morning, and I was in there with them for a little bit, and he was quiet the whole time, and then I just want to say that, well, he ended up, I had a game warden come over because I thought he had some netting around one of his wings or his neck because he was acting kind of funny. And I got him untangled off his talons and stuff like that. And he kept trying to grab the netting with his beak and his talons again. So I had to keep taking it off. I finally ended up just cutting some off. And he had a big ball. If you guys see in the picture on Discord, there's a ball of netting in the front of his chest. Well, I hope that I catch him in my bird net again because I want to trim all that off. Otherwise, he's going to get caught up on a branch or something. I'm afraid he's going to kind of kill himself off that way. But yeah, the Game and Parks guy. What's up, Gen X? What's up, Beandog 27? Yeah, the Game and Parks guy's like, wow, I didn't expect him to just take off and fly. He's like, I figured he'd be caught up on his wing or something since he didn't try to fly off. I kind of told him, he was wrapped around his feet pretty good. Said, well, maybe just stand up in the net. Got him out. He said, I don't know, kind of keep it out, or if you see him hanging from a branch or something, you can get to so you can help him. But SHTF happens, and even maybe not just SHTF, maybe just today's day and age, and you got to, save your money any way you can, being as self-sufficient as possible. Chickens, keeping your chickens alive while they're making eggs for you, which might haven't hit that point yet, but if that's your food source, if that's augmenting your today, day and age food source to try and keep your budget lower, or SHTF, like that's your last hoorah. Like if something starts killing off your chickens, predatory birds or people or animals, like SHTF happens, you're probably going to be dealing more with varmints and stuff trying to get your livestock, your birds, whatever, whether it be coyotes, coons, hawks, owls, snakes. Snakes love eggs, so you'll start getting snakes if you have chickens. And stuff like that. Well, when they start killing your birds, like we've had raccoons rip chickens through chain link fence, through chicken wire that was too big, through hog panels. If you don't have ways to keep that stuff maintenance, or have some extra rolls of chicken wire or bird netting or fencing, stuff like that, if you have a tree fall over and say you have goats or cows or something and it goes through your fence and you can't repair that, well, you don't have goats or cows anymore because they're either A, going to get out there, or B, the ease and use of predatory traffic through there, two-legged and four-legged and otherwise, just increase. And when things are hungry enough, they're going to find compromises. Nature likes path of least resistance, the same as all of us. That's why when we naturally walk down deer trails and stuff, when you're out in the woods, the deer do the same thing. Predatory wise, that happens too. So keeping some rolls of chicken wire, keeping some fence, keeping some extra hog panels in case you can't, rolls of barbed wire. Eventually that stuff runs out, and you have to keep that stuff on hand. Keep those butt nuggets flowing. Yeah, right. Fiend Dog 27. What's up, Pilgrim? Yeah, I'm driving and talking. I had other plans today, but that happened. But that's just one part of it. And then if you have pests like just in your garden, right? So I'm gardening, and we've never really had slugs this year, but the slugs hit ours garden really hard. We put out beer traps, and I had somebody else had issues with slugs, first time ever with their tomatoes. And I was like, dude, you got to put out a beer trap for the slugs. And he's like, are you serious? I'm thinking, an SHTF, the beer is going to be traded to the alcoholics early, and you're not going to have it for stuff like that in the garden. Or, you have all your Epsom salt, you have all your calcium. Calcium you get from the chicken eggs, but you have to be able to harvest it. Being able to use multiple things for a lot of different, you have to think about that crap. Like, I thought, like, hey, my Tums, like those whatever little pills from the dollar store, I use those for my tomatoes because they're basically a calcium tablet. Okay, well, that takes it away from your medical storage, right? So if you have like different areas that you use multiple things, like, hey, I use this pair of shears for something, or hey, I use this Mora knife. I use a Mora all the time in the garden. I cut weeds, I cut little this, that, the other. I cut, I don't know, wire. I cut everything with it, right? It's like having a multi-tool. Okay, maybe you should have another one for that, plus like your hunting kit. If it's like your buck knife or whatever, or if it's your fillet knife, I also use my fillet knife for fish for deboning deer. So then that's two different areas. I need one for butchering for backup. I need one for whatever else I'm using it for. This stuff is insane, guys. But see what you thought about that. Had a little intruder try to get my chickens. I don't know what he was thinking, because my chickens are about 4 times the size he was. So I just thought about that. I was like, never thought I'd have an owl where I'm at, trying to get my chicks. And SHTF, man, if you don't think about everything, you lose, because you're going to lose you're probably not going to be on the grand scale that we live day to day eating food anyway, on what you're going to be able to produce in your food stores after you get your garden going. It's like, I always think like the 6 month, 1 year kind of event where you have to become self-sufficient to make it. You're going to be losing calories and stuff the whole time. So if you can't be losing your inputs like your eggs and stuff, you know what I mean? So keep that in mind, guys. If you see this stuff at garage sales, or like, tomato cages, whatever, or some hog panels, or somebody's just going to throw it away or scrap it or something, say, hey, man, can I come help you out and snag that stuff? A lot of that stuff you can get for free. Yeah, you can get old barbed wire for free. Well, I'd rather have a roll of old barbed wire hanging around and do something with it, keep it out of the elements so it doesn't rust together, or a bunch of extra hog panels for something. You can work with that, or like a partial roll of chicken wire. You get 3 or 4 partial rolls of chicken wire, you can cover a lot of space with that. So keep an eye out on that. We're in our cars, wanting. Oh, geez, sorry, Gen X. But well, guys, that's just a short, quick one. Just a thought process I had going on there with that. If you guys think anything else, start stocking that stuff. Especially free. I love free, so you guys know that. But y'all take it easy. Muffin Top out.